Hi, welcome to Section 2 of Pharmaceutical Calculations. This is FAR 450. I'm going to start by reminding you how the calculations block works because it's a little different from other blocks. Looking at the block plan, you'll see there is a specific text recommendation in this section here. You can use this link to access the text electronically. In the slide decks, I list the associated book chapters at the end of each of the slide decks. So if you prefer to look something up and read about it from the text, or if you want to do the additional problems at the end of the chapters, you can do so. It's completely optional though. Another feature of the course is that it's broken into two sections. We did section 1 back in August, and we are on section 2 now. For calculations, the quizzes actually count for points. And you may remember that you take quizzes on ExamSoft for calculations. In section 1, you had one quiz that was worth up to 2 points and an assessment that was worth up to 18 points, or 19 points with the extra team point. For the section we're on now, section 2, there will be 2 quizzes worth up to 2 points each and an assessment worth 26 points, or 27 with the extra team point. Your scores for both sections will be added together, and you will need at least 45 points to pass the calculations block. If you fall short, and you fall short again on the reassessment, there will be 1 week scheduled in the summer for the entire block that you can use to take any of the quizzes or assessments in either section that you didn't pass in an attempt to get that overall score of 45. Even though the quiz questions have a maximum of 2 points allotted to each of them, they'll consist of at least 3 questions, maybe more. If you get at least 2 of the questions right, you'll get full points for the quiz. 1 question right will give you 1 point. No questions right obviously gives you no points. There are no extra points that you get for getting more than 2 questions right on the quiz. There are also reassessments associated with the quiz, and I'll let you know when those occur once the times are determined. Let's finish off the introduction by looking at the first few slides in the first packet for Section 2, Day 1. Okay, so one thing worth noting is that all the calculations assessments will be on ExamSoft. In the past, assessments have consisted of, for Section 2 assessments, of about twice as many or more fill-in-the-blank questions as there are multiple choice questions. To ensure you get full credit for the fill-in-the-blank questions, be sure to enter numbers only for your answers. So don't enter units or any other words or letters in the answer space. So not 4 milligrams. For the fill-in-the-blank items, you'll want to enter the proper number of decimals. The problem should specify the number of decimals to use, a whole number, or if it's a decimal, like a tenths place or hundredths place or something like that. So be sure to use the correct number of decimals that's specified. And then along with that, the rounding conventions listed here should be used. If the number you're reporting has the next number, if the next number to the one you're reporting is 5 to 9, then you should round the number you're reporting up. If the next number is 0 to 4, you should round the number you're reporting down. And then also you should always try to remember to put a 0 whenever you have a leading decimal. You can easily get medication errors because that little dot by itself in front of the number can be easy to miss unless you put a 0 in front of it. One final thing is this conversions table. This is the same conversions table you needed to memorize for the Section 1 assessment. These conversions are also not going to be given on the Section 2 assessment, so please bring them memorized in your head to the Section 2 assessment. Well, one thing to notice on the chart is that the difference between the ounces used for liquids, which are called fluid ounces, and the ounces used for weight. I put asterisks on those because it's potentially confusing. You may want to conflate the two. They are actually 2 different units of measure. They shouldn't be interchanged, and so make a mental note to keep those straight. All right, that concludes the introduction to Section 2. In the next video, we'll start talking about calculations.